Hey y'all, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hey girl, hey, my name is Ashley and this is my channel. If you are a returning subscriber, hey girl, hey, welcome back. All right, you guys, so I'm just gonna really jump right into the video because my phone is about to die. And currently Saturday the 27th, and it is 3:59 in the afternoon. So as y'all can see from the title below, this was my, or shall I say, this is my 3-month BBL update for you guys, as well as a Q&A. I'm basically going to lay down all of the answers that you guys have been asking and needing to know. For the most part, I'm really going to basically just let you know about my experience. You know, I can't really say it's going to be the same for you. I can't say it's going to be the same for the next person either. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a physician. So I'm just going off of my based experience. I'm making this video for anybody that is curious about this procedure, that may want to get this procedure, that is a little nervous about getting this procedure and not sure where to start. So I'm here to help you out, girl, and I am on your side. So with that being said, let's go on and jump straight into these questions, y'all. So first question, hold on, was, with this procedure, wouldn't you still need to wear a faja or no? So with this procedure, the answer is, for me, what I would recommend is, yes, you would wear a faja. I would recommend you wearing a faja only because this is a new procedure for your body. So your body needs to actually take it well, if you understand what I'm saying. You don't need no risk in the procedure not going the way you need it to go. You know, you're not gonna spit out that money and not see results. Or, you don't want to spit out that money and not see results. So you really have to work with this Liquid BBL. Liquid BBL, you basically have to work with. I also basically explained in my last video when I had gotten my procedure after I had gotten my procedure, what the Liquid BBL was at the very beginning of the video. If you would like to go back and look at that as well, so you can actually get an understanding of what a Liquid BBL is. Of course, you're gonna see a difference. You will see a difference. I saw a difference. I didn't see a very tremendous difference, but I definitely seen a difference where I had needed those, where I had needed that volume at. So yes, I would recommend you getting a faja, girlfriend. Go on and get that faja because it's definitely going to help you out. It's definitely going to bring you results a little bit faster. You will get used to it. At first, it's going to be uncomfortable for sure. You know, anybody that's just getting into something that's going to compress their body is going to be uncomfortable. I'm not going to lie to you. But you will get used to it after, wearing it for about a week or so. So with me in this procedure, I wore my faja literally maybe the 3rd day after my procedure. So I wore my faja about the 3rd day after my procedure, and I wore it really about 2 weeks straight. I wore it about 2 weeks straight every day. And then I slowly started easing myself, off of it. Not really off of it because I still wear it. Like I said, I did ease myself off of it. And started wearing it about 3 to 4 days out of the week. I still wear it, and it is important for you to wear it. I don't have it on right now because my cycle is on. I know it's a little TMI, but so if you're not one of those people that's going to exercise, if you're not one of those people that, is willing to work with it, yes, go on and wear that faja because it's going to help every little bit that you're not exercising. Question was, how long are the lipo shots effective? Okay, so I did get lipotrophic shots, which is basically lipo dissolve. It basically dissolves your fat slowly but surely. It burns your fat off without you even having to do anything. My waist is smaller now, y'all. I will say I did lose like 2 to 3 inches in my waist since I had gotten those shots. And I also had to go down a size in my faja as well. So I will say that. And I went from a large faja to a medium faja. So I'm now really like in a medium faja. Like I said, with getting a Liquid BBL, you have to work with it. You can't just go home and just expect it to all work on its own. You have to work with it over time. and that is a difference in getting a, you know, invasive BBL versus a non-invasive BBL. You might have to work with the non-invasive BBL, but honestly, in my opinion, I feel like I needed that anyway. I feel like after I got in my Liquid BBL, I already knew I was gonna have to work with it, only because I wanted that for me. You know, I wanted to build on top of what I already had, and I was not trying to be lazy. I'm not a lazy person, so I don't mind exercising. I've been exercising before my procedure, so that wasn't nothing new to me. So I still continuously exercise at least 3 times out of the week. Right now, I'm starting to get in a routine of what days I should work out and what days work best for me as well. So I'm still working that out too. Lipo shots are effective for a month. So they work for a whole month. I got them all the way around my back. Like I said, if you guys have not looked at my Liquid BBL procedure, please go back and look at that video. That is my last video. It did burn some. I will say that it did burn. It felt like a little bee sting, but other than that, it was nothing major to really be concerned about. But you will be very sore afterwards. I was super sore, literally on my back area for about, I'm not gonna lie, for maybe about 2 weeks. Just tender there, not super sore, but tender for about 2 weeks. Let me take this off, because this thing was just, it was sliding off anyway. But yeah, I do feel like the lipo shots worked. Like I said, I did lose about 2 to 3 inches off of my waist so far. I did have to downsize in my faja. Would you recommend working out before a procedure if getting lipo injections, or after? Honestly, I would just say if you have not been working out before the procedure, you might as well wait until after the procedure, only because, you know, you're not going to make much of a difference in working out maybe a week or 2 before your procedure. You're not going to make much of a difference. That's not going to make no difference. If you're going to go get the procedure, you're going to get the procedure. That's not going to change whether or not, you know, it's going to look better or if it's not. I would say after. And another reason why I would say after, exercise after you get the procedure, they didn't recommend me to work out 48 hours before my procedure, so I couldn't work out 2 days before my procedure anyway. So I would recommend, if you have not been exercising, don't exercise until after you get the procedure. It's better that way. The next question is, how long does it last? So I'm guessing that they're talking about the BBL, the Liquid BBL. So the Liquid BBL usually on average lasts, they said, about a couple of years. So maybe 2 to 3 years. And then of course you're gonna have to get touch-ups. I didn't have a drastic BBL, shall I say, I didn't have drastic results because I needed a lot of filler. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. I had 4 kids. My last baby before this procedure, I had 6 years ago now, so it's been a while. After I had my baby, I was, you know, stuck in the house because it was COVID at that time. I literally had my baby that same year COVID had came around, so I really wasn't doing much. I really wasn't working those muscles out. I was sitting around doing much of nothing for about a year or so, and I think that's honestly where I started losing a lot of that volume in my butt and hip area, because my hips looked a lot better than what they did about 3 or 4 years ago. Like, I'm not even gonna hold y'all. So in one butt cheek, I had to get about 300 mLs more, if I'm not mistaken, because I know I had to get my package, let me just go on and say this, my package was 400 mLs, okay? And I'm gonna go over the price, I'm gonna go over all of that stuff with you guys as well. So my package was for 400 mLs. I ended up getting 700 mLs, you guys. My left butt cheek was a little more deflated, and I'm gonna say deflated because ain't no shame in my motherfucking game. My left butt cheek was a little more deflated than my right butt cheek. She also even mentioned that as well, that one butt cheek just seemed like, you know, it really did have less volume. It was very evident. My right side is definitely bigger and juicier. than my left side. I don't know why. And my right side is more dominant, but that could be why. But yeah, and I also have an extra, I feel like I have an extra roll. Oh, yeah. Excuse me. I did tell y'all I was tired, so yeah. I did mention that, or shall I say I did mention, I also have an extra roll on this side as well, y'all. I am not lying to you. As far as the process goes, the process was very, very easy. The process was very smooth, as y'all can see in the video. And overall, I love my results. I am gonna go back, clock that T. I am gonna go back and get some more done. I'm gonna get my hips filled in because my hips really were not filled in this time. I'm not even gonna lie. My hips weren't really filled in, and honestly, she was saying like, it was like not really going against it, but it was so tough in that area, so firm in that area. When she went to go try to put the filler there, when she went to go try to put the needle in, it was like being resistant. So I'm doing all different kind of hip exercises as well as butt exercises, squats, RDLs, all of that good stuff. You guys, I am going to probably create a short or something for my exercises that I do over time, so you guys can see that as well. I want to show y'all how it looks so far. Y'all, I can't show y'all much. Like I said, I am on my cycle, but my hip dips are not as hip dippy. They're not as hip dippy. My booty is definitely bootying. It's definitely bigger than what it used to be. Right here, this is where I really want to get filled in. I really want to get that filled in. It might not look like it, but I need that filled in. As far as stomach wise, my stomach, y'all see that it's way more firmer now. I will say it is working, and I actually use a device for my stomach that helps with cellulite, skin tightening, and reducing fat tissues. So I use that on my skin very often. I use that probably 3 times out of the week as well. So I'm gonna show y'all the device I use as well. But first, let's go on and get into this pricing. Let's go on and get into all of the need to knows that I didn't cover yet. Okay, so as far as pricing, the price of my package, and it was a deal, so I really don't know how much the original pricing was, but the pricing for my package along with the lipo shots was about $2,500. I think it was like 24 something, but with playing a part with all the other materials that I had to get, which wasn't a lot. I only had to get cream. I already had my faja, but my faja original price is like $70 something. And I had to get a BBL pillow. So basically I just had to get BBL pillow, pain medication, and a BBL pillow, pain medication, and my Arnicare cream. And that was really it. And the Arnicare cream is really for bruising. So I really didn't even really need that too much, because I was surprised, honestly, because I bruise easily, and I was surprised that I really didn't bruise that bad. I did get bad bruising on my thighs and my back area. I did get bad bruising there. I didn't really get bad bruising on my butt area, which, y'all, I was shocked. I was shocked, floored. It was a plus for me not actually bruising. And let's see here. So that was $2,400, a little more. So I'll say about $2,500. And then of course I had to incorporate gas, getting there. I went to Atlanta, Georgia. All of her details will be in the description below as well if you guys would like to go. And also, please make sure when you go in and book online on her website, please make sure you mention my code Ashley100 to make sure that you get your you get your consultation for free. So you basically save $50 by getting your consultation for free as long as you book online. At checkout, when you're booking your consultation, please mention my code. Please mention my code. It will be right here on the screen, and it also will be in the description. Work day or two, you might miss out of work. Some people might take a week off. I recommend taking about 3 days off, only because of the pain tolerance in your legs. Like, you're gonna really feel pain, or shall I say a lot of soreness and discomfort in your legs and your butt area for the most part. As far as pain level, I will say my first day getting out probably was a 7 that evening. No, really the next day. That night I was okay. Like the same night that I came home, I was all right. I was okay. I did have to take some pain medicine before I even got home, noted. So please make sure you carry your pain medicine with you just in case you do have to take pain medicine on the road. I was about 4 hours away, so I definitely brought my pain medicine with me because I already knew just in case I had to take it, because they do not provide you with pain medicine when you get a liquid BBL. So that is another thing versus an invasive BBL. So they do not prescribe you any medicine, and the most you might need is some Tylenol. Oh, also, please make sure y'all go hit that subscribe button before leaving this video and go and check out my Liquid BBL vlog, because why wouldn't you? Why would you watch this one and not watch that one? But yeah, go on and go check that out. And from a scale of 1 to 10, throughout my whole process of my recovery, I would say the most pain I probably felt was probably an 8. I'm not even gonna lie, it was really easy. And the only reason why I said it felt like an 8 was because of me having to massage myself. And I was super sore, you guys. Like, I was so tender. I don't think I mentioned this in my vlog. When I was getting my procedure, after you get your procedure, there are going to be knots. So you're basically going to be massaging those knots out. You're basically gonna be massaging where all that filler is. You're gonna be massaging it and smoothing it out evenly. Kind of was a little intense for me, but the pain was not unbearable. It was just super sore. I didn't really feel like pain. I just felt uncomfortable, just very much discomfort. That's it, that's all. Just super soreness. I just really felt like I worked out in the gym for 5 days straight. That's how I kind of felt. So as far as sleeping restrictions, my sleeping restrictions basically was just to not sleep on my back. I couldn't sleep on my back. I really couldn't sleep on my hips for about 4 days. I mean, when you're sleeping on your stomach and not your sides, I will say, y'all, your neck is going to be sore. Like, my neck was super sore for a while. I actually had to try to get used to it, and that's not like, I can't get used to that. That's nothing I can get used to for no matter how hard I tried. Like, I even started putting my butt up in the air, like sleeping with my butt in the air, because I had needed some comfort. Like, I was really over that. So, like, I hated that. That was honestly probably the only thing I really hated about getting this procedure, is sleeping a different way that I'm not used to sleeping, and it fucked up my neck. I had a crook in my neck and everything, y'all. Like, it was just bad. I was cranky for a little while and all that good stuff. I ain't even gonna hold you, but when I thought about my body and I thought about what I actually wanted, and I know this is what I wanted, I didn't even care about that damn crook in my neck. I just thugged that shit out until I couldn't no more. After about 4 days, I started sleeping on my sides just a little bit, and I couldn't really still sleep on my sides too much because it was still super sore as well. So that was another thing as well. So even if you want to try to do it, you might not do it because you're going to be super sore, honey. With that, they recommend you putting like a pillow on the side of you or whatever. So I just basically put a pillow on the side of me and lightly like tilted, you know, me towards that side and slept on my side. So yeah, maintenance, you have to work with it. You know, some people might not have to, but in my case, I had to work with it. Would I do it again? Yes, I would definitely do it again. Hands down, I'll do it again. I'm going back. Like I said, I am going back for a second round. So I don't know if I'm gonna vlog that. I might vlog that because of course my results will be better than what it is now. And then also, with those results, y'all will be seeing the before I got these, you know, before I got this procedure, up until now, up until after I exercised, you know, in between all of that, and y'all see the progress for that as well, up until my second round. And I think I might just go on and record my second round for you guys as well. And as far as eating habits, I did want to speak on that. As far as eating habits, I didn't really change many of my eating habits. I still eat chicken, I still eat fish, I still eat beef, I still eat all of that good stuff. But what I did was I learned to incorporate healthy meals. I learned to change the meats or change the things that I eat into healthier things, like adding avocado to certain things, add salads in my, you know, in my in my snacks, instead of you know, not snacking at all. You know, I do feel like I added protein, way more protein now. So I'm doing protein shakes now. I am incorporating protein bars, breakfast protein bars. That's what I usually like to go to for my breakfast. I am not a breakfast connoisseur. So with that, I do protein shakes. I do fruit smoothies in the morning. I love those. And I've been doing those before I even got this procedure. But as far as all the protein, I have to get protein. I incorporated that. I also want to mention to you guys is I got this lymphatic drainage massager, which works wonders. Also, I also think that's also what helped me lose a lot of this weight. Not a lot of it, but I feel like the lipo shots is really what helped me lose it, but this is what's helping it stay off. This basically is a lymphatic drainage, basically like a lymphatic drainage massager, and basically you just turn it on and these little things turn red. Let me show y'all real quick. These little things turn red. You can see it or whatever. Anyway, they turn red, and that is what actually kills off all the fat tissues or whatever, or burns a lot of the fat tissues. And it gets, honestly, it gets hot after maybe about 5 minutes of using it. It has a timer of 15 minutes, so once that 15 minutes is done, I just turn it off and go about my business. I would honestly recommend this for massaging as well once you get your procedure done, because it definitely does help with those lumps and smooths your skin back out. So it smooths a lot of that filler out, and it works. Honestly, it'll help speed up the process. In my recommendations, I would recommend this. You can find this on my storefront, my Amazon storefront. The link will be in the description below for you guys to go purchase. Make sure y'all go get it if you do want to get this procedure. I do find that this is very, very helpful with my stomach, as well as, you know, it also works on cellulite as well. So it also works on cellulite for those thunder thighs. It works on the cellulite. It gets all of that stuff. But yeah, for me, what I would do for like this side, I would just basically like come up and pop it or whatever to try to get that filler to move into the area of where my hip tips was. But yeah, y'all, just like that, and just go in circular motion, or you could just go up, down, whatever, however. But this definitely was one of my best friends when it came to toning my stomach. Now, I know you're probably asking, what is the difference between getting a liquid BBL and getting a invasive BBL? First of all, the liquid BBL is non-invasive. It has, shall I say, less downtime. It is more cost efficient as well, so it is less on your pockets. Of course, you don't have to pay for a lot of materials. I only paid for 3 things for my recovery process: my medication, okay, pain medicine, Tylenol. Tylenol is not a lot. My BBL pillow was probably the most I paid, because I already had a faja. But if you do want a faja, you know, a faja is around $60 to $80 on average. You know, and then also I paid for Arnicare gel. Now, Arnicare gel is not a lot either. Arnicare gel is only a few dollars. And then also I had little pain compared to, of course, a regular BBL. I probably would have been in excruciating pain. I might not have, but I'm pretty sure I would have been in more pain than I was with this liquid BBL procedure. So I really wasn't missing out on much money. I know when you usually get a regular BBL, you definitely miss out on money unless you're a content creator, you know, unless you actually just make money in your sleep. And a lot of us don't make money in our sleep. So I already knew I wasn't about to do that, only because, like, I love my money. I love to make money, and I like to stay busy. I don't like to be sitting still too long. I love to be productive. I didn't really have to prep too much for this non-invasive BBL, and it was non-invasive. I didn't have to get cut open. I didn't have to get split here, split there. Little to no bruising, because I didn't really have much bruising. With a regular BBL, I knew I probably would have bruised my ass off. You hear me? I know I probably would have. I've actually looked at other people's BBL vlogs, journeys, all the other good stuff on YouTube, and I've seen so much bruising. When I tell you, I've seen people as purple as that goddamn screen. People as purple as that screen. So, you know, it really was just a no-brainer for me. Like, I really didn't have to pay too much out of my pocket. I paid about a third of what I would have actually paid for an actual BBL. I didn't really miss out on much money, so I wasn't, you know, out of work for a month. I was only out of work for maybe about a week. And then I also saved money on materials. I saved money on massages. If only y'all knew how much those massages are when you're going to go get a BBL afterwards. You have to maintain and get massages for about 3 months, if not longer. Like, I know this, I've done my research. So what I would tell you is to do your research. If you're looking to get a real BBL, do your research. You know, everything isn't for everybody, and I felt like the Liquid BBL was for me, and that's why I went. I don't give a fuck if I had to go 2 rounds. I'm going 2 rounds. I'm going to go 2 rounds. I don't give a fuck if I have to go 2 rounds. I'm going to do it. You know, that's just me. Be happy with my results. I'm happy to work with my results to build it up. That's just me. You know, I like to put in a little bit of work to see results, to be like, yeah, I did that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you guys, I really do feel like this has covered the whole video. Like I say, if I did not answer a question that you may have had for me, please drop it in the comment below, or just message me, and I'll be happy to go on and answer that question or those questions for you guys. I hope I answered everything for y'all, and yeah, until next time, I love you guys, and I'll talk to y'all in the next video. Bye.